Hi everyone.
Hi guys.
Welcome back to the Loft. It's lovely to see you. So today we're just going to talk a little bit about a house that we both love. Of just the few short releases that we've tried.
Yeah, I mean it's actually still quite new to us.
Yes, well this is the thing. We've loved what we've tried, and it's exciting. So what do we have today, Dan? This is a new collection, isn't it?
This is the Bortnikoff fourth collection. So we're really excited to try them. So we were very kindly sent in this lovely little box samples of the 3 new releases. They come in a little velvet pouch. These little samples here. So we thought it'd be really nice to do a first impressions video. But then I got overexcited and I tried them.
He's actually drunk half of them.
So I'm sorry about that. But we thought we'd try and maintain the first impressions impression by giving them to Joe.
Yeah, I've never tried these in my life.
Who hasn't tried them yet. So I tell you what, I'm just going to give you this one.
Okay.
And you can spray and think, and I'll just waffle a little bit. So for those of you who don't know Bortnikoff, Dmitry Bortnikoff was a partner with Russian Adam with Feel Oud. And both have now set up their own perfume companies, Orige L'Adoré and Bortnikoff. And when I, just as Joe, kind of gets stuck in.
It's always a special moment when this happens. I
feel that what I've learned from this company, we had talked about Orige L'Adoré quite a lot, and people said if you like Orige L'Adoré, you should try Bortnikoff.
Yeah.
And I now feel we've tried a few things from them, and I feel that there are kind of 3 things which I now kind of expect from them. One is the ingredients are amazing.
Yeah, first rate, aren't they?
Absolutely, just of extraordinary quality. But which is the same as Orige L'Adoré. But the other thing, the overriding feel to Bortnikoff, I feel, as opposed to Orige L'Adoré, which some of their fragrances are really kind of punchy in your face. The kind of ingredients are really kind of like showing their full kind of glory. Whereas with Bortnikoff, I feel it's often the blend which is the kind of real kind of stand-up feature, and you get this kind of rich creaminess
and elegance to them, isn't there? That we
then the third thing I think with Bortnikoff is they're not always quite what you expect.
No, absolutely not.
The one you've just sprayed is called Sir Winston, as in Winston Churchill.
And it's not what I expected.
Yeah. I mean, if you were to say Winston Churchill, I think you would think cigars, brandy, old leather.
Yeah. Whereas the thing I get, if you could have a sort of floral Earl Grey, if that's such a thing, but a slightly dirty, floral tea.
Exactly. I think.
But not a herbal tea.
Not a herbal tea at all. Not yet. But I'm also going to put a little bit on card as well, if that's right.
It's really beautiful. It's very classical.
Yeah.
Very classical.
But it's not a big old man.
No, my God, no.
At all, is it? I got tuberose, like quite a kind of
absolutely right. Yeah.
Sweet. And also, I don't think he lists it, but I get this kind of Bortnikoff frangipani DNA, which again is something I've noticed.
Like Amber Cologne has that cakey thing.
Yeah, kind of cakey, sweet white floral. Oh, it's so kind of sticky and rich, but it's not dark and boozy. Certainly not.
I get a little bit of the sort of tobacco-y hay thing that you get in Shaggy. Yeah. Maybe a little bit.
And maybe a bit of kind of sweet tobacco-y.
Yeah. God, it's really beautiful. Really beautiful.
But it kind of feels like we've missed top notes.
It's immediately kind of bam, here we are. It's quite a dense sort of weighted thing, like a gas that sinks down very quickly. When I tried this for the first time, I was with a friend of mine who I think you probably describe as a lapsed fraghead, possibly. Yeah. Tom. Oh yeah.
And he sprayed this, and when he sprayed it, was like, oh my God, wow, that is seriously rich.
It is syrupy and slightly animalic, actually. Increasingly, a little bit of animalic stuff is going on. Yeah. There's a little bit of funky fecal.
Can I smell it on you again?
Something going on.
Yeah.
Again, I know I keep coming back to them all the time, but if you told me that was an authentic turn of the century Guerlain, I wouldn't hesitate to believe you.
So what we're going to do
Beautiful.
is we're going to so you're kind of seeing Joe's first impressions as he's trying them. What we're going to do is we're going to go and do first impressions for all three. Then we're going to go away and have a little break because I think these all develop quite a lot. So we're going to kind of split this video and come back later. So that.
Love it. Sir Winston Churchill.
Sir Winston. Just Sir Winston, but I think the reference is Churchill.
When I buy it, I'm going to write Churchill underneath, just so I don't think it's Winston, the bulldog off the insurance out of it.
What do you want next? The Symphonie de Neroli or Zemfira?
Let's try. I think because a sort of floral tuberosy place, the Neroli might be a good thing to try.
So, see what you think of this.
I enjoy Neroli, and you're not so much.
Yeah, so we were talking about this. This is one of the. I don't hate Neroli. I don't think Neroli is an ingredient that people could. Do you want this on flesh?
Yeah, go
on. But
thank you.
Normally, Neroli is a note where I read it and go, nah.
Oh, bloody hell!
It's a big smell.
I tell you what, the quality of this though, it immediately shines through. There's no hesitating. There's no mistaking this for something of kind of second-rate ingredients or blend.
We should say so. These are not cheap fragrances. These are $350 for 50 ml, and the third one we're going to smell is $280. But this does not smell like a designer fragrance. This does not even smell like your average niche. I don't think.
Now, the first thing I get here is all the citrus. Lots. Big juicy orange, bergamot. There's a lot of citrusy stuff going on there.
This is one.
A little bit of gentle rose peeking its head out.
This is one which I think, which is one of the reasons why we should definitely kind of split the video, because this is of the three. This is the one which kind of changed the most as I wore it. But yeah, certainly you just get absolutely extraordinary quality of citrus, and that's me speaking as somebody who doesn't really like citrus. And and I always thought that until I smelled amber cologne and realised what it could be with somebody who uses really crazy high quality ingredients.
Because you get the citrus, I think you really do get top here. I'm guessing this is going to change, but you feel that immediately behind it there's just stuff like raring to get out. You can sense it. It's not like some gentle citrus and then it's going to do something later.
But they're not just kind of fizzing and drifting off.
No. It feels sticky and resinous already, even in the top.
Can I smell the Winston on you as well?
And there's some lovely sort of dry, heady wood stuff coming on as well.
This is
really stunning.
Also, the other thing I found about this is not simple, straightforward kind of perfumery. Right, so that was Symphonie de Neroli. So we're just going to have your first impressions. Now you've run out of arms.
Love it.
So this is Zemfira, which is the third one.
You should try this on your.
Who I think is a Russian rock star. So it's kind of based on her.
Okay.
I think that. I basically, because I googled Zemfira and that's what came up. So I could be completely wrong. But as Dmitry Bortnikoff is Russian, I thought
that makes sense, doesn't it?
So. You run out of flesh. Do you want me to put it on my hand? And
you try it on skin and let's see what happens here.
So this is the most this is the most expensive one. This is $380, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to detect the kind of thing, the material which goes into that, which kind of makes it expensive.
Well, the first thing I'm getting is just this fantastic quality sandalwood. But
I get kind of just this big, amazing rose.
Yeah, totally. But I find that absolutely staggering. If you could turn like a rose into like a fantastic, creamy sandalwood at once, without any gap, without any transition.
Yeah, but I think that's the thing that we said at the start of this video.
Violety, fizzy as well.
It's not always just, you don't always get ingredients. You get this with Bortnikoff, this kind of creamy richness. Straight
away, it's all of a whole. I find it very hard to break that down into any. People better noses than I could, but my God. And very green.
Yeah.
Very green and herbaceous.
Oh, I mean, I've always thought. I mean, I really love Malakal Taif by Erige Ledore, which is just this, incredible rose. Whereas that, with that, I feel the rose is, you get this lemony quality, this kind of sharpness, which I don't with this. This is different. This is Rose de Maille, I think.
This thing feels very elegant.
But already there's
slightly minty as well. This is like
kind of a
mentally thing.
Kind ofness behind it. But there's so much kind of roundness and richness.
That's fantastic. Oh my God.
So let's also put a bit on card, and then we will come back to it. As I say, these are just
fantastic. I mean, first impressions are absolutely huge.
Yeah, they are.
So I can't say very much. I'm kind of speechless.
So we're now going to have a pause. We're going to go away for a couple of hours.
We're going to have a kebab. Come back.
A kebab, bottle of wine, just to sharpen our minds. And we will tell you.
Don't buy anything until you smell these, because you're going to want them.
See you in a minute, or a couple of hours.
Bye. Hello, we're back again.
So we've had a little bit of refreshment. We've had a few hours gap to try and.
Which you need, don't you?
I think you need to kind of let these fragrances live a bit. So I'm just going to say, so Joe's had them on for a few hours. When I tested these, I tested them each for about 12 hours, and they really did last for more than 12 hours, and I think more so than something like Amber Cologne, which didn't have enormous performance. I felt these really did last quite a long time.
I mean, I can see that these are going to keep going on me.
So let's
the long haul.
So a few hours in. Let's talk about them. And I think let's kind of go in reverse order.
Yeah.
Because I think Zemfira is the one which is, in a way, most straight. I think it's most straightforward in
very sort of simple in a linear.
What we were smelling in the first kind of few minutes is kind of what you're getting.
Yeah.
I guess you could describe this as a rose oud, but
that does not do it justice at all, does it?
It's a rose sandalwood.
Yeah. Well, that's the first thing I got, wasn't it? Was a big dose of good sandalwood.
Yeah.
With a sort of very clean, sort of energetic edge to it.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel heavy or weighted like some of these cloying rose ouds can become.
Not at all. And also, I think, we're dealing with some fragrances, all three of which, they have a very large quantity of naturals in them. So it feels very different to something like a Montal Rose Oud, which is a smash around the face.
Yeah.
This is more of an enveloping hug, I think.
Which is nice for a genre that is often associated with the big powerhouse punch you across the chops perfumes. I mean, there are examples that don't do that, but
it just smells.
It's really beautiful. It's really stunning.
Right. Then the next one, this Symphonie de Neroli.
Symphonie de Neroli, very, very beautiful. I really like it a lot.
So you're not getting what? So
we're not getting the same thing.
When we discussed this, I found this when I wore it all day. This was the one that changed the most on me.
Yeah.
That so you talked about this really great citrusy Neroli opening, which I did get, and I really liked, but it wasn't life altering to me. The thing which really interested me was the vetiver. Especially halfway through the day, after a few hours, I just got all this really lovely vetiver. And vetiver is normally something which doesn't interest me a lot, but in this, I thought it was amazing.
I think if I hang on, it's going to start peeking its head out.
And I think there are two different types of vetiver in this, and this was one which I did not expect to like anywhere near as much as I did.
Well, Neroli and vetiver, again, not too sort of huge favourites.
They're two notes which, I don't dislike either of them, but I see them on the list and I think, yeah, sure, fine, whatever.
You know what, it was interesting. I read recently, a couple of times actually, people posting on the fragrance groups on Facebook, what are your top 10 hated notes? And I wanted to answer, it can't really be a thing. It depends how it's treated, but it depends on what the perfumer has done.
Anything done badly is bad.
That's the thing. I would say once upon a time that I really hate the note of lily.
Yeah.
But actually, if it's done beautifully well and...
Lavender done badly is awful, lavender done well is brilliant.
The right combination in the right hands, it can be a wonderful thing.
So
don't shut your nose off to this.
Speaking of right hands, let's go to your left hand.
Left hand, right here.
So this was the one, when the fragrances were first released, this is Sir Winston, when the fragrance was announced, this is the one I was most attracted by, and this is the one which I think surprises me the most out of the three, because it's not what I expected when, as we said at the beginning of Sir Winston. It doesn't smell like Sir Winston Churchill, I don't think, but it's gone much more tobacco-y.
Yeah.
And there is just a suggestion of something a bit dirty underneath it all.
This tobacco thing is beginning to peak out now. I wasn't getting it just a little while ago, and now it's starting to have this slightly gentle smoked thing going on, and it's subtle in a beautiful way, because it says to me, this isn't Winston sort of deep in a bunker somewhere drinking brandy by the pint and being stressed. He's just a bit chilled now. He's done his work.
On a summer holiday or something like that.
Yeah, or the opposite. We're starting out.
Yeah.
Very elegant.
It's also, but there is something humming underneath it, and we were just discussing. We did have a look at the notes list, and there's Indonesian. I don't know how to pronounce this. Boya, which is I think it's a type of oud, but it's not from the Aquilaria.
It's another type of tree, which is sort of even more.
Which I think just gives it this kind of this rounded, slightly animalic warmth, and I think probably combines with the ambergris.
Yeah, that's it. I think this ambergris as well. It's giving a slightly funky undertone, but it's nothing as filthy as you'd get in something like the Francesca Bianchi's or Zalame or something like that. It's just this little tiny sweet something.
So if you were gonna fork out your cash?
Is that a Woodlouse? Sorry.
That's free. If you were gonna fork out your cash on any of these?
I think, I'd buy all three, but I think for me, the Zemfira is winning, Winston is coming second, and the Symphonie de Neroli is coming third. I love all of them. And I noticed one of you actually had written under one of our videos that I'm like you and that I'm always about to buy the next thing. But I think with these, I think the Zemfira is something that I can see myself definitely buying. I don't have many great rose things. So
Zemfira is awesome, but as I was just saying to you, I do have a few rose. I have Malakatov by Amisadori, Tobacco Rose by Pavillon, which I really like, and it is this is different to them. But
Portrait of a Lady, I mean, there's another rose, but look at the different treatment of that compared to this.
But I don't know, so Winston is not what I thought it was going to be, but I really, really, really like it, and I don't think I own anything like it. But then actually, Symphonie de Neroli was the one I thought I was not going to like.
Yeah.
And I really liked it.
And again, there's nothing quite like this.
Especially once I got to the vetiver. So, you know what? I think I would buy Symphonie de Neroli.
Yeah, well, I tell you what. Well, I think what this has said is that they're all bloody good. And you could, in an ideal world, you could just get them all, couldn't you?
But I would really suggest people sample these first, because
you're in for a treat.
They're not cheap. The one thing I wish if I could ask of Bortnikoff, would be that they would do them in 30ml bottles, because I think for most people that are going to buy these fragrances are going to be fragrance collectors. Because I don't think, given that these are kind of very expensive, I don't think they're quite everyday fragrances. They're really special occasion fragrances, and so therefore you don't always need 50ml. And if it were 30ml, it just makes it that much more affordable.
I think they'd get a lot more sales, wouldn't they?
If it were 30ml, I would buy Winston and the Neroli. If I could just buy one, which I think I can only afford to buy one for the 50ml price, I think I would go Neroli.
Yeah. And I'm a Zemfira man all the way, as far as I can tell.
So, if you've tried them, let us know what you think.
Yeah. And again, if you think of anything similar that sort of this video has related to you in some way, maybe chuck us a message.
But, until next time.
Bye.
Happy sniffing.